G'day battlers, and today we're versing a very special opponent, MillerTime9458. Now, MillerTime has decided very generously to support me on Patreon, so just, thank yous to the moon. Patreon is linked in the description, but anyway, onto the timeless battles. I'll talk more about that at the end. Just thank you, MillerTime. I'll thank you again later. But we've got Victory Belt versus Swallow, which is definitely an interesting pick and one that I'm actually seeing more and more people talk about. So we let that Acid Spray come through, expecting the Acid Spray, because that's the only move that I knew Swallow had at the time. And so then I'm going to let this come through, thinking it's an Acid Spray also, but it is an Ice Beam. So, absolutely eliminated. Bringing the Dragonair to hope to, Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath does good damage, so I was hoping to clear out the Swallow before he get another Acid Spray off. Brings in Dragonair of his own. I've obviously got the energy advantage here, but it's not going to do me much good. I throw the Aqua Tail, maybe burn a shield, and worst case, maybe let me win the mirror match. Was hoping to be able to get to another Aqua Tail, but wasn't able to pull that off. Bringing in Charizard in the back. Again, I'm kind of just trying out picks all over the place, just because, again, Timeless Cup is so open, and I love it. So he's able to get 2 charge moves off there, which is definitely not great for us. He was able to charge up a fair bit on our Dragonair, and yeah, so we take him down. He's still got a shield, so we're going to hope to burn that. He's got Haunter. Now, Haunter's pretty squishy, but Charizard is also very squishy. So it's basically just going to be a race to knock out the other squishy Pokemon. We burn that shield, throw another Dragon Claw, hoping this is enough. Just not enough, and I did miss a bubble there. I'm not quite sure how much more that extra bubble would have done. I'm not sure if it would have pushed me over the line. I really have no concept of whether it would have or wouldn't have, but at the end, it does take us out, so that is GG's. Haunter just does a lot of damage because he has Stab, and which same type attack bonus, so it's just devastating. And this time we've got Lantern versus Drapion. Got that weak connection straight off the bat. With the Ice Fang, mind you. So we switch into Celio as he switches into Dragonair. We didn't really have a great answer. Celio is obviously a counter for Dragonair, but it's also not the best counter. Lapras is definitely superior. So you see Body Slam does an okay amount of damage. It's really the quick moves that are the big draw card for Celio up against Dragonair. Neither of their charge moves going to do much unless Celio can somehow land an Aurora Beam, which would be an absolute Hail Mary. So we shield up his charge move, knowing that we should be able to win the switch advantage. So down goes Dragonair. We could possibly get to a Body Slam, maybe, depending on how quickly we go down to this next Pokemon. And we are able to get the Body Slam off. It is a pain, that new update, having to the charge move disappearing and then having to come back, we can tap them and the switching, but anyway, we're not complaining about that now. We're bringing back in Lantern, ready to go. So I think we're going to let this one come through, hoping it was an Aqua Tail. It is a Crunch, which, I can still definitely tank it, but, And then this time we switch into Lapras, hoping to maybe burn a shield. So we have the Thunderbolt ready on the Lantern. If we threw it, we expected a shield to come up, so brought in Lapras, hoping to be able to take out that shield, maybe take down the squid dude, the Tentacruel if we're lucky. Should know what it's called, it's the event right now. But just, trading kind of not great damage back and forth. I think we're going to let this one come through, and it is just another Acid Spray, which is adding up, but we are able to get another Ice Beam. So, finally burns that last shield, and then we're going to just throw the Thunderbolt straight away. Unfortunately, he gets the charge move off first, expecting it to be an Acid Spray, and it is, but really would have been nice for our Thunderbolt to go off first, so we didn't get our defense reduced. But anyway, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what he's got in the back. It is that Drapion, so yeah, I think if we didn't get... Oh no, he's still got a charge... Oh yeah, I think if we didn't get Acid Sprayed, we could have won this game, I think. Because we would have been able to survive another quick attack or two, would have been able to get that Thunderbolt off, should finish with the Drapion, and that, yeah. So, GG's nonetheless. Acid Spray can definitely get you, and something to watch out for. There are a fair number of Acid Sprayers. There's Swallow, there's Tentacruel, Quagsire running around. There's definitely something to worry about. So we've got Tentacruel versus Frostlass here, and this isn't really a matchup I'm familiar with. As I said in an earlier video, Frostlass is one I'm not super well versed in, and he does land the Shadow Ball, which is a pretty it's a solid hit to say the least. Now we throw the Hydro Pump as a Hail Mary, but he does decide to shield, which is definitely unfortunate for us, because we're really relying on it. We're just going to let Tentacle go down here, no shield. Avalanche takes us out. That's what we were hoping for on his first charge move, but not so lucky. Bringing in Swampert, I'm kind of stuck here up against Frostlass. Decide to shield up the Shadow Ball, which is definitely good that we did, and then he switches out into Lapras. So we do decide to throw the Muddy Water to try and reduce the Lapras' attack. Swampert is definitely a little walled here because even Hydro Cannon being the bigger damage move, it doesn't do much against Lapras, as you're going to see here, unless the shield can't, yeah, just not much at all, like it's basically nothing. So throwing another Muddy Water, this time really hoping that debuff comes through. It's not really something to rely on. I keep using Muddy Water because I think it's fun, but I would never recommend Muddy Water, I don't think. It's just not worth it, especially in this cup where you can get walled so easily. It's the same reason why you should be running Skull Bash on your Laprases, just because if you get stuck in that mirror match, it is bad news. So we bring in the Kingdra because there's not much else we could do. Get the Ice Beam, just tank it. We were hoping it was a Surf, but he's running Ice Beam, which I'm also hoping that one was maybe a Surf, but it was double Ice Beam, so definitely got us there, and ran away with all three of his Pokemon still alive, so absolutely rolling over me at this point. And so, hoping to change the tide now. We've got Venusaur up against Shelgon. Shelgon is an interesting one. I mean, I don't think it's definitely not the best Dragon in the cup. Obviously, that's Dragonair, and I wasn't too sure what to do in that situation because Venusaur was losing in not a good way up against Shelgon. So we switch into Lapras, and he's actually staying in, which is interesting. Maybe he's running double or triple Dragon, which is a strat that's been going around. I throw the Ice Beam, see if he decides to shield. Does decide to shield. He does know that I've got... Oh, actually, this is the wrong Lapras. I've brought in the wrong Lapras here. I do have a Lapras built that has Skull Bash on it. The Ice Beam and Skull Bash at this point. I do have it, but didn't bring it here. So running the Shiny Flex instead. And he actually let his Shelgon go down. So actually he has Charizard in the back. So I definitely would have thought that he was running multiple Dragons. But anyway, throwing the Ice Beam here onto the Charizard. He does decide to shield up. So... and getting some weird lag there, but at any rate, we've got Whiscash up against Dragonair now. This is not a great matchup for us. If we can get the Blizzard off, it'll be fantastic though. Throws the return, should get to that Blizzard, and we are able to. So if he still had a shield, then this could definitely be a game to lose. But he threw the Blizzard, absolutely destroys, and then brings in Charizard. So this is what we're going to have to struggle to deal with here. Throws the Dragon Claw, hoping that we might be able to get a Mud Bomb, although Mud Bomb wouldn't be very effective anyway. We've got both Venusaur and Lapras, so we bring in the Venusaur, throw this Sludge Bomb because we were right there ready to go. This won't finish off the Charizard, it'll get him pretty close though, so he's got barely any health left. Switching to Lapras to tank the charge move, absolutely perfectly. I can't tell you that was on purpose because it was not on purpose. I mean, obviously that's what I was trying to do, but it was just absolute luck, and luck out did I. So yeah, GG's, finally getting a win on the board. Moving on to the next battle here. As soon as we get into it, Blastoise up against Flygon. So Blastoise, another interesting pick. I do like that it has Ice Beam. It's not one that I've really used in the other cups, but he switches into Lantern, which is absolutely amazing for us because we're packing Ludicolo, our little dancing pineapple. I love Ludicolo. Said it before, I'll say it again. I'll say it any video of the week. Ludicolo, amazing Pokemon. Now I did decide to shield there because I'm not familiar with using Ludicolo basically, so I wasn't sure how much Thunderbolt would do. I know that Ludicolo is grass water, not just water, but I was definitely scared, so I shielded up to be safe. Knew that he shouldn't be able to get to another charge move before I fainted him down, and I was able to feint him down obviously. As you saw, he brings in the Raichu, which is very squishy, so was really hoping for the Razor Leaf to absolutely annihilate the Raichu, which, I mean, he's almost gone already. So bring in Dragonair with that heavy Dragon Breath damage, and he's gone already without getting another charge move off. And just Flygon in the back. Dragon Breath is going to be doing some great damage up against Flygon. Still have a shield to shield up against this, was it Dragon Claw? And yeah, Dragon Breath. I don't even need to throw any charge moves. This time, switching again to catch another charge move. Just absolutely lucking it out. I will repeat, this is luck. I'm not good at counting moves. I'm not familiar with these matchups yet. Just luck. Obviously, again, it's what I'm trying to do, but at any rate, we throw the Hydro Cannon and he doesn't shield. So I'm not sure if that was just because he knew that he probably couldn't win. Yeah, he couldn't have won from that situation, so maybe he wanted to move on to the next battle. Maybe he was just knew that even if he shielded up that one, there'd be another charge move on the other Pokemon he was saving the shield for somehow. At any rate, we have Haunter here up against Dragonair. It is non-Legacy Haunter and is only packed Shadow Punch. I've got the Legacy Haunter in the back, but just not using it here yet. We've got Torterra and Beedrill. Really just trying out some spice picks. Torterra is not doing well though at all. Really doing nothing to Dragonair. Probably not the best pick to bring in. Maybe should have tried Beedrill, but he switches out into Blaziken. So this is an interesting one because he's running counter as he should be on Blaziken. His charge moves he's gonna be able to do super effective only in the charge move area. So he shields up that Frenzy Plant, and we're just gonna let this come through. We know we're not in a great situation, and it would take us a bit too long to charge up to the Frenzy Plant with Razor Leaf. So bring in Beedrill, see what we can do, try and get to this Aerial Ace because we know Aerial Ace would finish him off. Unfortunately, he's able to get the charge move off first, so we shield up the Blaze Kick, and we charge us some extra energy here, knowing that he's not going to be able to get to another Blaze Kick in time. We can take counters, we just can't take the charge moves. So throw the Aerial Ace, get rid of Blaziken. He's still got two Pokemon that we have to deal with, and one of them is Drapion, who's absolutely tearing through us with that Ice Fang. Throw the Aerial Ace, but it's pretty futile at this point. It's not going to do enough. Almost does half. He's into the yellow, so at least Beedrill put in a good effort. Almost got to that last Aerial Ace too, and so yeah, that is GG's. So I think there's one more battle here to go, and here we are into Banette. Banette is one that I had sitting around at $14.99. It isn't the purified Banette, so it doesn't have return, which is absolutely devastating. I think all of the Shuppets I've caught from Team Rocket aren't the right IVs to land in Great League. So threw the Shadow Ball as just hoping didn't shield. He did decide to shield though, so we're already down a Pokemon. We bring in Venusaur. We're thinking this is probably an Acid Spray, but we didn't want to risk it, so shielded up, and it is an Acid Spray anyway. So waste of a shield. He brings in Charizard, so but we have Lantern ready to switch into. As we saw before, this was a great situation. Water Gun doing some fantastic damage. We're going to charge up at least one charge move ready to go. Blast Burn does do a fair amount of damage, which, I mean, not very effective and still does like half of a tank like Lantern. Really just goes to show the power of Blast Burn, and it is not something to disrespect. So he burns the shield on Thunderbolt so that he can get his charge move off. We decided to just let it come through, and it was a Dragon Claw. I'm thinking Dragon Claw might be more efficient than Blast Burn. I should probably fact check that. It just seems like Dragon Claw did a fair bit, but Dragon Claw, we let it finish us off here, knowing that Venusaur is going to be able to come in with one quick attack and finish off the Charizard, and hope that we can somehow deal with what he's got in the back. We do have a shield, which is alright. Brings in Lapras and baits out our Frenzy Plant, so really well played on Militime's part there. Not sure if it was intentional, or if he just switched into the wrong Pokemon. If it was intentional, really great play. If it wasn't, it was a really great play. So throwing another Frenzy Plant and does heaps of damage to that Lapras, hoping to get to another Frenzy Plant, which we are able to do, and this will finish off that Lapras, and that is GG's. So thanks for the battles, Militime, and so yeah, as I said before, Militime supported me on Patreon, which I should probably just stop talking because I'll just keep saying thank you on loop, but seriously, thank you, man. I'll be thanking him at the end of every video from now on. I'll probably make some sort of graphic to stick around here to be like, here is the coolest person of all time, and then just have like Militime plastered everywhere. But at any rate, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next video.